It is with immense pride and pleasure that we announce our first Alumni Service Awardee, Mr. Shailendra Goswami. Shailendra is currently Chairman and Managing Director of Pushkaraj Group, based in Pune, India. An alumnus of College of Engineering, Pune, 1974, and IIM Bangalore, 1977, Shailendra excels in marketing, operations, and strategic advisory. After working in the corporate sector for 15 years, he started his own venture in the year 1992. Shailendra has been instrumental in helping MSMEs in setting up joint ventures in India by collaborating with overseas technology companies. He has also been helping the Indian industry in creating export opportunities for products and services through his network in 18 countries. He has been on the corporate advisory boards, industry councils, board of studies, academic councils of management institutes, engineering colleges, and universities. Outside of his professional field, Shailendra has guided and mentored thousands of students so far in career building and navigating the corporate world. He almost single-handedly created the Pune IIMB Alumni Chapter, working tirelessly through a major part of the last 2 decades. He also mentored the current generation of alumni leaders in Pune and ensured that his efforts and legacy sustained in the form of a thriving alumni chapter, which among other things played a key role in distribution of vaccines during the peak of the COVID pandemic. Shailendra continues to actively play the role of a mentor to the Pune chapter and individual alumni based out of the city. We now invite Mr. Shailendra Goswami to the stage. We will request Director Sir, Professor Rishikesh, to honor Mr. Shailendra with Alumni Service Award. Before we proceed, we would be honored to hear a few words from you, Mr. Shailendra Goswami. Please say a few words for us.
Good afternoon, everyone. This podium is not new to me. I've been here several times during the election programs which were conducted at our institutes welcoming the students. I had that golden opportunity to address most of the new students coming into the institute and sharing our experiences. Those were the days. I liked going back to my alma mater, not only as coming from Pune chapter as such, but as a person wanting to go back to the student life. And I thoroughly enjoyed. Actually, the election programs used to be starting at 10 o'clock in the morning, and it used to go till evening 4:30, 5 o'clock. And whole day we were kept busy by all the new students who were coming in and trying to really make their way out here in the institute. I'm truly honored and humbled to accept the prestigious Alumni Services Award. The recognition means the world to me, and I'm deeply grateful to everyone who has played a role in my journey. I also would like to mention here, before my award, I just read day before yesterday that IIM Bangalore has been ranked number 1 in the QS Global MBA ranking. And I would like to congratulate all of us for securing that position. And not only we secured the first rank, but we are amongst the first 50 globally. And if I understand it correctly, I think we are the only ones appearing in the first 50. So I think it's a golden moment for me as well as the institute that we have the occasion to celebrate both these things. I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to IIMB, IIMB Alumni Association for this incredible honor. It serves as a reminder of the importance of hard work, dedication, and a relentless pursuit of one's passion. I personally feel that service or offering services is a mindset or is an attitude. One needs to have that basic attitude to really get into providing services. And I think I had that in me because of the values which were taught to us by all our faculty members here in IIMB. Those were the days when we had our campus in Richmond Circle in St. Joseph's and the hostel in Ashoka Pillar, first block. And this morning while I was driving from UB City via Ashoka Pillar, I remembered our hostel and our college. I showed it to my wife. I said that this is the place from where we used to walk down to the institute every day, parading all 50, 60 of us after having breakfast, coming to St. Joseph's premises. And from there, we used to really start our education. We didn't have a bus at that time. I think it took 6 months to get the first bus. So those are the experiences, of course, those are there for some other time. But what I'm trying to say is the kind of camaraderie which was built in, because it was a small family between the faculty and the students. I don't remember we having treated our faculty members as faculty or teachers. They were all friends. If we did not finish the subject in the classrooms, they used to come down to the hostel, have dinners with us, have lunches with us. I have known people sitting with us till 12 in the midnight and then continuing the discussions on and on. So it was more of a family. You can say that we had it between the staff, between the faculty members, between the management, and of course the students. We had only 2 batches, first batch and the second batch, only 2 classrooms maybe. And that family culture or the kind of a value system that we learned really taught me to really give out the way our faculty members used to give us. I thought that we should be having a similar mindset to cultivate that kind of attitude. And I personally think that I pursued or I nurtured that attitude relentlessly so far. And what I did was not something which was very great. What I did was what I learned from all my faculty members, the institute as such. I couldn't have achieved this without the unwavering support of all the IIMB officials, IIMB alumni friends, my family, mentors, colleagues. Your belief in me and your encouragement have been my driving force. So when somebody said that I single-handedly developed Pune chapter, that is not completely true. I was only a conveyance there in Pune, but the entire framework or the machinery was here in Bangalore. I remember Rakesh, Goswami, I remember Aparna, I remember thereafter Vasanti, I remember Dr. Kumar from the institute. I also remember Saif from the alumni presidency, and subsequently Harish, who came in. And I have been able to do what I did in Pune chapter only because of this ecosystem which was present, which was operative in the background. I was just the conveyance sitting in Pune chapter trying to really move horses. When I talk about support, you always need support at home. And that is where my wife has been there, Shruti, who has come today also. And whenever I have visited IIM Bangalore, Shruti has been with me in all those election programs, in all those participations, those I have done it. And she has stood by me, rock solid. That is how I could do all these things. Like we always say, that behind every successful man, there is a woman. I would like to really question that successful act because I don't know whether I'm still successful or not. But then suddenly she is there, rock solid, supporting me, and that is how I could do what I could do today. A few names I would like to take on this occasion. This morning I got a message from the person who is very important in my life because he was the one who was instrumental in taking me into this institute. The last interview which was conducted by him was Professor Vijay Padake, who taught us OB. And not only taught us OB, he talked about all human relations, he talked about psychology, human psychology. And I really took that subject so much close to my heart. I wanted to do PhD in psychology, but I could not pursue it because I really fell in love with that subject. You know, those were the kind of faculty members we had. There were a lot of them. VTD Balaraman was there, Gopal Valichi was there, Professor Warrior was there. Then I could really go on and on. But then I would like to take that name because he just messaged me this morning. Like him, there are several thousand messages I received since the day we got announced of this particular ASA award in social media, on LinkedIn and things like that. And my mobile is really overflowing with messages coming from various quarters. And that is where I realized that it is more of a responsibility than an award which is being received by me. And certainly when we talk about this kind of support, I have my three batchmates who are also here with me, Gopal, Mohan and Pushkaraj, of which I think Gopal and Pushkaraj are closely associated with our NSRCL. And of course, Mohan is here, he has an illustrious career in profession as well. And why I want to really do that, because there was no other platform where I could really acknowledge what all I went through when I was really trying to create some kind of an ecosystem which could help our institute back again. And while I am talking about this, I fully agree to what Harish has said, that our Alumni Association is the most powerful one. In Pune, I tried to create a Pan-Am IIM group, where IIM Ahmedabad, the president was also there, and Calcutta, some people were there, but then we could not go through further. In fact, they started attending our meetings of Pune chapter of IIM Bangalore. Not to criticize anybody, but I fully believe that our Alumni Association is very strong. I travel at least 120 to 130 days in a year, even today, globally. And I always have that Pune chapter or IIMB app with me. Wherever I'm going, I just write a message for that particular chapter. At least one, if not many, keep replying to me, whether it is London, whether it is New York. In fact, I conducted a small meeting in New York, in Manhattan, where 5-6 of our alumni, they came together. I didn't know them, but then just a bonding that we have a family called IIMB, that is what it is. So whether you go to Middle East, you go to Southeast or Far East, everywhere we are there. This morning I also got a message from my colleague from Canada who's there. So that shows that our documentation, our database, our social media, our alumni association, everything is so powerful today. And I take pride in being a part of that particular association. This award is not just a personal achievement, but a testament to an incredible team and collaborators I've had the privilege of working with. Together, we have achieved great things, and I share this recognition with all of you. I am committed to continuing my work and making a positive impact in IIMBAA activities and beyond. This award serves as a powerful motivator for me to push the boundaries of what is possible. Once again, thank you IIMB and IIMB Alumni Association, and thanks to everyone who has been a part of my journey. I am truly honored and inspired by this recognition. Thank you very much.
sir. Now, let's continue to celebrate excellence by announcing our second Alumni Service Award, Mr. Saif Qureishi. An MBA from Indian Institute of Management, Bangalore, and BSc from St. Xavier's College, Mumbai. Saif Qureishi is an entrepreneur with over 34 years of experience in the energy sector. In 1992, he took on the challenge of organizing the unorganized transformer component industry in India and founded KRYFS Power Components Limited, which currently is India's leading transformer core manufacturer and amongst the three in the world. His company's business ranges from generation of solar power to transmission and distribution of power. Toyota Shusho Corporation Japan, a sister company of Toyota Motors, and a $80 billion US dollar company listed Japanese multinational holds a 20% strategic stake in KRYFS. Saif is also a keen student and an implementation expert of theory of constraints, which according to him is one of the most effective management philosophies in business today. He is a past chairman of Electrical Laminations Committee of IIMBA, past president of Rotary Club of Bombay Beer holding various posts in the Rotary District, recipient of many industry awards and a technical and current affairs author in various publications, including Times of India and the Economic Times. As the president of the IIMB Alumni Association from 2014 till 2020, Saif oversaw the transition and revamp of IIMB Alumni Association into the current democratic and an autonomous structure, and was the brain behind the idea of IIMB, an ongoing premier event that helped showcase the IIMB alumni ecosystem at a global level. Even after he left IIMB Alumni Association presidentship in 2020, Saif has continued to be associated with the Institute and the Alumni Association, lending a helping hand wherever required. We now request Mr. Saif to join us in the stage. We would now request Mr. Harish, the President of IIMBAA, to honor Mr. Saif with Alumni Service Award.
I honor to give this award to my dear friend, and I would request our director, Professor Krishnan, to join me in.
Before we proceed, we would like to hear a few words from Mr. Saif. Please share a few words with us.
Good afternoon, everyone. I know everybody is waiting for lunch, so I'll try and keep it short. I didn't drink water because I wanted to give a long speech. Actually, hearing Shailendra give a speech, I became thirsty a bit. So, such an honor, and there are so many people responsible for this, and first of all, congratulations Shailendra for this award, and thank you Professor Rishi for this award, which I'm sure is going to inspire many alumni in the future to contribute positively. And of course, when we started out, there was no such award, and there was no such idea about being recognized as well, because I had a calendar on my desk which had a very nice saying: "You can get a lot done if you don't care who gets the credit." You know, and that's been my guiding philosophy in life. I mean, don't bother about the credit. Do whatever you feel like is required to be done. And I always had this thing we used to hear about IIM Ahmedabad having a very strong alumni network, all the time, whenever you go, IIM Ahmedabad, IIM Kolkata, and IIM Bangalore had been around for such a long time, and there was not this great bonding which we had, and so I first became the president of the Mumbai chapter. Rakesh Goswami then came to my office and said, "Become president." I said, "Karna kya?" He said, "You figure it out." So I said, "Okay, I'll try and figure it out." And we had a couple of events, and then after a couple of years he came to my office and said, you become the global president. I said, karna kya hai? I said, you figure it out. So I said, okay, I mean, what does the global president, have to do? So he says, we have this chapters, and every chapter has a president, and we have a global president. I said, okay. Then that is when the mind started ticking and saying, what can we do to make this, get the Alumni Association recognized, come to center stage. And it so happened that my friend Shailendra is here. He invited me to Singapore for, what was it called? Impact. IIMBAA. So many IIMs get together and have this conclave kind of an event in Singapore, and Shailendra invited me. In fact, he was kind enough to give me, stay at his house as well. So I saw that, and I came back thinking, why can't we do this over here? That's where the idea originated from. And it's okay, fine, ideas, fine, like we heard, startup, a lot of ideas, but execution is the key. And I was sitting in Mumbai, and IIM Bangalore is in Bangalore, and I was so-called global president. So I said, of course, whom do I call up? I call up my friend Harish Mittal, and we start discussing. He said, like, boss, ye karna hai, kaise karna hai? And of course, unfortunately at that time, the director at that time did not have a very good experience with alumni. I'm sharing some storytelling they called about it. So alumni institute relations were not in the best of this thing at that point in time. So we had to manage. We wanted the institute to be backing us, of course, and we had to manage how to involve the institute, because today the relationship is completely different. The institute and Alumni Association, we work as one. Professor Qureishi has taken this to the next level, thanks to him, and Harish, of course. And we started discussing and wondering, how do we get this happening? Unfortunately, 2014, we started thinking about it. 2015, we said we'll have the first IIMBAA. I think all of you must have heard about it, IIMBAA, which was our leadership conclave. And unfortunately, what happened in 2015 May, my father passed away. And the event was scheduled for December 2015. And 2015, August 31st, Harish's dad passed away. So both of us had this personal tragedy to deal with. And it was very difficult to raise funds. And I must acknowledge here, one person who was standing rock solid behind us, Professor Vasanthi, who was the PGP chair at that point in time, and it's a big hand to her. And she was our so-called partner in crime. She said, "Don't worry about the institute, I'll manage everything and all that." So we had some kind of encouragement from there, and we started thinking about it, and it was very difficult to raise money, right? Because the institute was not going to give us any money. And because of the relationship, and they thought alumni ko paisa to denge nahi. So how to raise fund? And believe me, there was a time when Harish and I, I think it was in September 2015, I recall those days, when we discussed, "Arey yaar, ye IIMBAA karna hai. We've taken this thing up. Abhi kya karenge? Ek kaam karenge, awardee mein kar lenge, veg khana denge, sabko bhagayenge." We reached that stage of kind of despair. Ye nahi hone wala hai. We've taken this big thing, but destiny has its way, and it so happened that Vasanthi introduced us to Kiran, who was the chairperson at that time, and that was a game changer. Kiran Mazumdar Shaw. She got on board like a house on fire with the idea of IIMBAA. And she started introducing us to celebrity speakers. But still there was no money in the bank, right? We have to have at least 25-30 lakhs to have an event of this magnitude. Where do we get the money from? And Harish and I had this conversation about, let's have a small particular event and forget about it, nahi hone wala types. And it so happened that Kiran met Shah Rukh Khan somewhere, and she told him, you have to come for IIMBAA. And I didn't know about it because Harish was in touch with Kiran, and Harish, by the way, mentioned to me, "Yaar, Shah Rukh Khan ne bhi confirm kiya, lekin event nahi hoga, to, I'm saying, "Shah Rukh Khan ne confirm kiya, what the hell is going on?" And I said, so I was talking to IIFL as a sponsor, because I know Karan very well. In fact, the director was down in Mumbai a couple of weeks ago, and we met him to help us raise funds for the new campus as well. So said, Karan ko maine phone kiya. I said, boss, Shah Rukh Khan is coming, and we pitched for 15 lakhs as a title sponsor. So we 15 lakh mein kaam nahi chalega. Now we need 30 lakhs. So he said, okay, done. Shah Rukh Khan is coming. So it's just one thing after another, and the first IIMBU which we had was so impactful. We had Shah Rukh Khan, we had the Leela. In fact, we didn't have it at the institute because because it's an education institute and there's no liquor allowed here. So we can't have it. Alumni wanted the after party and all that stuff. So we had to have it at Leela. And then we had 3 more IIMBUs, and we had so many more celebrities. And I think IIMBU was in a way instrumental in getting the alumni together. We had about 1,000 plus alumni coming for every IIMBU, and everybody started interacting. And we had 4 IIMBUs, 3 at Taj Airport and 1 over at Leela, the first one. And we had some really, really amazing speakers. So it became covered as the conclave of the south of India, right? Because all the conclaves happen either in Delhi or they happen in Mumbai, and so that was the conclave. We got a lot of press coverage. Everybody started talking about IIMB and IIMBAA, and we really got put on the map. And I'm sorry, I'm going to take a little bit of time because the history here, storytelling was something which they spoke about, but this is an interesting story. So what happened was, first IIMBU made money, second IIMBU made money, and then we wanted to spend that money. And we realized that we are not in charge of our own trust. The Alumni Trust has 4 deans or 5 faculty members who had the trust, and we couldn't touch the money. So then the director changed, and Professor Raghuram, I remember he took over from Professor Srinivasan, who was a stand-in director for some time. And he came to Mumbai to meet me when I was the president. And he said, IIMBU kab ho raha hai? I said, sir, IIMBU nahi hoga. Sir, kyun nahi hoga? I said, sir, hum paisa bana rahe hain, humko to we cannot touch the money. We want to spend the money in some activities, this, that. He said, okay, let's form a new trust where the alumni will be in charge. And that was the beginning of the democratic institute of the Alumni Trust that we have today. Thanks to him for agreeing to that, and thanks to Partha, who put in a lot of effort. Together we created that. So Partha was also instrumental. And so many people, on this journey, like Shailendra said, it's not one person. I accept this award on behalf of all our ex-office bearers and chapter heads and the current office bearers, and especially my good friend Harish Mittal. We are from the same batch, and we very closely tango. In fact, over at his house the night before yesterday, and all we were discussing is how to get IIMBU back. And inshallah, hopefully it will come back next year. We had some challenges because of COVID and all these things, but he's trying to pen out the topi on my head, and now it's almost there. Okay, it's not still there, but so we'll get it back. So thank you so much, everybody, for this wonderful award. It's, I think, humbling. I want to also acknowledge my batchmates who are here, all of them sitting there. Thank you so much for coming. My wife also was a big support, by the way. Shailendra, she couldn't come, so she sent 2 of my close friends from Bombay, Chetan and Dheeraj. So thank you. They came all the way for this award, so thank you very much, all you guys. And thanks a lot. I hope IIMBAA, Harish and the current gang of all the office bearers are taking it to the next level. The IIMBAA Club and the insurance and the IIMB app, and IIMBAA is in very good hands, and it's really been worth it. So thank you, everybody. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Now I would request Professor Krishnan and Mr. Harish Mittal to join the awardees for a quick group picture.